Hello everybody, it's me, Miss Dorga, your favorite geometry teacher in the whole wide world. Okay, I'm lying. As you can see, I'm out. I'm celebrating a graduation for my nephew at Bowie High School. So I am not going to be here today, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be learning. So the sub is going to pass out some papers to you. On that paper are a review sheet. The review is stuff that you need to know for Friday's test. So you're going to work on the review in class. This video is going to be super short because I'm only going to go over finding what's called radian measure, and then everything else in the review I will go over on Thursday. Please make sure you work on this. Please make sure you go to Google Classroom and send me questions and stuff, because I don't want anybody coming in on Friday talking about I'm not ready for this test. Okay? So, let's go to finding radian measure. So, 8th period, you guys worked on finding the missing parts. So this is a little warm-up on that. So since I'm not here, I'm just going to work it out for my 1st period class who did not get a chance to learn this lesson. So basically, when you're finding the missing parts, you have to identify what you have. So here we have the central angle, which is 55 degrees, and we also have the length of the arc, which is 2.88 feet. So what we don't have is the radius. So we're going to do some math. I know, we're in math class, we're doing math. And we're going to plug everything that we have into the formula. So basically, we have the length of the arc, we have the central angle, but we don't have the radius. So we're going to do some algebra here to solve it. So first thing we always do is multiply by 360 on both sides. Doing that gets rid of this denominator of 360. So that cancels out. And we multiply 360 times 2.88. My calculators. And we get 1,000. Whoa. Shouldn't have been that big. 360 times 2.88. Okay, 1036.8 is equal to 55 times 2 times pi times radius. So then the next thing we're going to do is divide by everything that's blocking the radius from being by itself. So we're basically going to divide by all of this. And by dividing by all of that, it allows for us to get our radius by itself. Now when you put it into your calculator, just make sure that you put parentheses 55 times 2 times pi, because if you don't do parentheses, it won't come out right. Sorry, I ran out of room. I write too big. So make sure you put parentheses in your calculator. And I wound up getting the radius was equal to 3.000, etc. So the radius was 3. So that means our radius is 3 feet. Now you're probably like, Miss Dorga, you went too fast on that one. So I'm going to do the next one. And I'm going to look to see what's missing. Okay, what's missing is my central angle. I have my radius, I have my length, so radius, and I have my length. So I'm just going to write everything out that I have into my formula. So the length is equal to the central angle divided by 360 times 2 times pi times radius. Just plugging in stuff into the formula. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 360 so I can get rid of that fraction. We don't like fractions. Now if I'm pausing, it's because I'm putting it into my calculator. And you get 19,310.4 equals x times 2 times pi times 15. So now because we need to get x by itself, we're going to divide by everything that's next to x, which is 2 times pi times 15. Make sure you put it all in parentheses or your calculator will not give you the right answer. So this is all straight up algebra. I know how much you guys love algebra. You guys tell me all the time how easy it is. So I got 204.88, and that rounds up to 205 degrees. So that's how to work backwards. So sorry, first period we didn't get to learn this, but you know, we had HSAs in Park. Alright, now to finding radian measure. So go to the next page. So radian is another form of measurement for angles and arcs. This is basically how to find the measurement of the arc in a different form besides degrees. We call this radian. So the formula that you're going to use, and this symbol here is called theta. It's going to be theta equals S over R. S equals the arc length. That's what we usually see as M. Theta is the radian measure. So instead of having 60 degrees, we have like 2 radians. That's how you say it. And then R stands for the radius. So we look at our example of what's given. So if I look at this picture, my arc length is given and my radius is given. So now I need to find the measure of this angle in radian measure. So we always start out by writing the formula. Oops, wrote the formula wrong. So it's theta equals S over R. The reason why I wrote it that way is this is the actual formula for arc length in radians. So arc length in radians. But because we're trying to find the theta value, I wrote it in this way to make it easy for you. So the theta value would be theta equals 8 over 4. We all know what 8 over 4 is. It's 2. So the radian measure for this angle is 2 radians. And that's it. That's pretty much all you have to do when it comes to finding the radian measure. You identify what you have, plug it in, and then make sure that your unit is radians. Now, I'm not sure what that's equal to in degrees. There is a long, lengthy lesson that you'll learn next year in Algebra 2. But that's all you really need to know for the test on Friday. Alright, so the last thing I need you to do at your desk by yourself or with a partner is figuring out the radian measure of these two examples. Okay? Use what I did on this video to help you, but now the rest of the period is yours, not to talk, but to actually work on your review. Okay? Again, we will be going over the review on Thursday. Have a great day, and please don't drive the sub crazy.